Good morning, everyone. Today is another market day. It's Tuesday, February 16th, and this is some really historic event going on right now. I mean, whether you believe it or not, you think there's any value to it or not, Bitcoin is going crazy. Can't say the same for all the other uh, lower level coins or coins that came out after Bitcoin, but Bitcoin has been the granddaddy of all of them. So wow, I mean, I honestly, I remember the day that came out that actually had the history of Bitcoin, back in 2011. My goodness, I mean, it didn't seem like it was that long ago, but uh, wow, I don't even know. I'm speechless. I mean, everyone's talking about inflation, and there's going to be there is a this is an ongoing bubble. There's going to be a crash, but money keeps pouring in, and it's coming from somewhere. Obviously the 1.5 billion come from Tesla into Bitcoin, but the rest of the stock market is up. Everything is green. Microsoft, Apple, Tesla, across the board for the majority. The S&P 500 has been up within the last year going on, except for that little blip that we had in March of 2020, when the news of the pandemic first hit, and you had these politicians selling out their positions. But that's over with. That's that. Our focus right now is, will this even be a thing going forward and being able to sustain itself? I don't know. It's like, I mean, me personally, I have gold, and I received it during my wedding, from family. It's, there's a value, you can hold it. There's like, oh wow, don't get me wrong, I have cryptocurrencies myself. I unfortunately do not have any Bitcoin. I have all of it in Litecoin. It was supposed to be the silver to gold of Bitcoin. So, Litecoin being the silver. I don't think, I guess if you put in the ratio of what gold price now and actual silver prices are now, I guess it kind of works out. But in reality, silver in real life, like, something you can hold, is actual material that you can use to produce things. You can make things. So can gold. But in the digital world, as much as you can't do anything with the Bitcoin besides, there's purchasing power because of, people are actually putting money into it, and there's a value to it. Silver coins, which is not real physical silver coins, it won't do much for you. It'll have a value. I mean, what is Litecoin now? I don't think it's much. 215. I think over the weekend I've seen it as high as probably like 222, 225. It was a nice coin, but I think its technology is a little dated. I mean, it still has news on it. But then when you look over the list, current list of cryptocurrencies, okay? All cryptocurrencies, it's grown tremendously. I mean, wow. I think it's a lot more than what I remember it being. I remember it being like the top 10, and now there's in the hundreds. I think everyone is just trying to get in the game there's even a load more button. I think everyone's just trying to get in the game to see if it gets picked up. This to me looks like a bunch of YouTube creators, and Bitcoin being like Mr. Beast. And everyone else is like runner-ups. Some of them are runner-ups, based on value, and the other ones are just like about to give up or have given up already. This is amazing, the amount of cryptocurrencies out there. And you never know. Like one of these number labeled at 400 at like 0.04327 cents, you know, it just takes one break, one big break. Someone can just come out and say, "Oh, look what I just bought," and boom, the herd mentality just jumps right on it. Now, oh wow, I like this one. Bao Finance. If you don't know what Bao Finance, it's a bun. Bao is a bun translated from Chinese to American to English. It's Bao, so it's a bun finance. I think, I mean, it's just getting corny now. Coco's be. Oh my goodness, what is all this stuff? Bakery token. Are they anticipating? Okay, so yeah, this is very interesting. Wow, I have to go through these in details now. It almost seems like they want to create a cryptocurrency, or some people have in mind they want to create a cryptocurrency to do certain transactions and only for those transactions. Can you imagine that? So can you imagine like you get a Bao Finance that you could only use it to get maybe just bakery goods or buns, and then that would be, so instead of using your Bitcoin to purchase things, right? Because think of it like the Berkshire Hathaway shares A and B, right? Berkshire Hathaway A shares are like $300,000+. You don't want to sell that out and lose out your position. Same goes for your one Bitcoin. You don't want to give it away, not give it away. You don't want to use it for a purchase and then you lose your position. So how do you keep the position and still be able to utilize these coins? So maybe all these little coins are there for your daily transactions, smaller transactions. Like you go to the store and your crypto wallet would have your bank savings account would have your Bitcoin, and then that depletes as a percentage based on how much you take out, just like your checking account. And then you have these X amount of coins in your wallet that you carry around with you to do daily transactions. You go to the grocery store, you buy your milk and eggs, and it deducts the coins accordingly to what it's categorized for. Does that make any sense? I mean, I'm just making these things up as I go because I have no idea what these coins are going to do later on in the future, but I'm just reading the names of it and it sounds interesting at that level where it's mimicking like our current, it may be a reality. Who knows? Like you pay your electricity bill with the electricity coin cryptocurrency, or you pay your gas bill, or you go and fill gas in your car. Well, actually, you wouldn't be doing that anymore because in the future it's supposed to be all EV. Maybe you would charge your car with EV coins. And I'm sure from the 400 list that I see ahead of me, I'm pretty sure that there's gonna be one that caters to that. And then obviously the other coins could be multi-purpose coins. Look at this coin metro token. Is that like just for taking the metro, train, bus, whatever? That is amazing. Like I think people are coming up with these ideas, right? Maybe there'll be an insurance coin, like you pay deductibles and whatever from your to your insurance company or whatever with an insurance coin. I can't say the same for like what's ducked out. I don't know. Some of them just corny. But yeah, this was a very Nest protocol, not the same Nest we have at home, I guess. There's math that reminds me of that candidate. Green power. Oh, okay, wow. These are just some insanely long list of names. Bitcoin Cash was another one that I remember coming out, but I guess Bitpanda Echoes. Oh, wow, I don't. Yeah, it's crazy. And then obviously you have your top guns, which is this one always stood out to me. The sushi swap. I don't. Can you? Now I'm thinking about. I saw it a couple days ago. A friend of mine mentioned it to me. Sushi cryptocurrency. Uh, Imagine just only able to buy sushi meals, dinner, lunch, uh, with this coin and only this coin, and the location, the spot, the charge has to be related to sushi. Is that even possible? Is that Would that even make sense to have coins for different transactions? Did I just come up with something revolutionary, or is this why they're naming it the way they name it? I don't know. I have no idea. So Bitcoin. Okay, going back on topic. Bitcoin, $50,000. I anticipated going a lot higher. Um, it's very unfortunate at this point when I remembered during the summer it was as low as 3,000 ish. Even then, I thought it was a lot of money because it is a lot of money. But for, imagine if you bought it then and held it to this day. Wow. Um, 50 grand. Uh, it's probably a little shy of it now. It probably dropped a little again, but that's always gonna be some pullback and people letting it go, and then the market. So I want to finish this with an article that I read that because the people who are mining the coins, they may not release whatever they have into the public anymore because of the value of these coins. Because of how Elon, threw in $1.5 million into it, increased the value of these Bitcoins even more, so that these miners may just hold back on releasing all of their coins, where historically they would mine the coins and release it and get their value for it. But now they think that it may, because it's hitting a higher mainstream, they may hold on to it longer, and the only ones that you can actually trade and buy, or buy, would be the ones on the retailing side if we were to let it go. But at this point, it almost seems like everyone is going to try and hold on to it as long as they can until they really want to let it go, for whatever reason, if they really accept payments with Bitcoin to buy, Teslas. But I believe when Tesla wasn't the first one who announced that they were going to use Bitcoin to do transactions. There were actually companies out there way before them who said that they would introduce Bitcoins as a currency to make purchases and do transactions. So obviously it is, because Bitcoin has been around for so long now that was the purpose of it. It was electronic transactions, just like how, it almost seems like how we use credit cards. We don't have the cash necessarily. We don't have to have the cash. But there is a difference with Bitcoin. You actually have to buy the coin in order to use it. But, credit cards, you could just sign up for it and you have no cash, and you can start using it. But in the sense where it's not something that you actually have to have on you or physical. It's not the actual money. You can just use it. It's in thin air. So I speculate it will go higher. It will drop a little bit because people are seeing it like, ooh, wow, 50,000. I have like 10 coins. Let me offload some. And then obviously that brings the price back down. But if Tesla is going strong, and trust me, I honestly think just because they've spent 1.5 million, the next company may spend equivalent or more. Or Tesla may even do buybacks of these coins because it's seeing that it has so much potential that if it takes most of it off the market, if it's for sale, or work out, he may. I mean, it'll contradict Tesla in a whole if he opens up a mining, facility, or he probably owns it or bought one out already. Who knows? That's all my speculation. It would be the most interesting thing to see if and that would be such a deep hole that contradictions between Tesla and going green and all that, and then have mining stations. Who knows? Maybe electricity is cheaper out in Mars if he was to set up a facility. Who knows? That's I think his goal is to go out there. So maybe generating electricity out in Mars is a lot easier if you control the actual plants. Meaning, if you're in Mars, right? If you fly out to Mars, I know this is going to go a little longer than I anticipated. If you fly out to Mars, how Elon wants to go establish, a community, economy. I see, I can't even say that word. Connolly? Damn it. Anyway, you go out there, you expand and you are able to go out there and you actually are able to bring materials in from Earth over there and build facilities, and you manufacture things that humans are used to, like electricity, natural gas. If all those resources are there, Elon Musk will not have a problem with the amount of money that he has to support building infrastructures. The telephone company, the gas company, the electricity company, the water company out in another planet to control all that. And what are you going to do? Are you going to start making banks? No, I don't think so. Because I think that would be up to him to decide. Let's just say if it was him, the government can't control what another planet is going to do. He will dictate what the planet will do. And then from there, it would be digital currencies only. No cash, no dollar bills, no random coins. You don't need to build a mint. You don't need to print out money. That, in a nutshell, is my thoughts on that. And may or may not see it in our time, but I think it's starting. And I think it'll be an interesting life ahead of us. For you younger guys, I think it's definitely in the near future. And I think the cryptocurrencies now is just a stepping stone to that. I don't think it's planned out that way, but I think things lead up that way to a new civilization out in another world with human beings. So that was today's video. Thank you guys. See you guys again soon. Bye.